Well, hello there. My name is Amber. I hope you're enjoying your day today. Welcome to my April update for hashtag I'm on a no buy. And before I get started, I wanted to share some great information with you. If you like the jewelry I'm wearing, like today I've got these bamboo earrings with some turquoise accents and a long gold chain that I have doubled around my neck. Go check out the costume jewelry section at Walmart because they have some amazing pieces right now. I paid $5 for these hoop earrings and $7 for this necklace. I will go on and link the haul that I recently made at Walmart in the description box below because I picked up statement earrings, a couple of necklaces. I didn't do bracelets this time because I wasn't really feeling it, but honest to goodness, my total was less than $38. So crazy good. You need to check it out. So check out the video below if you're looking for some pieces for spring and summer to spice up your wardrobe. So as we get into how I did this month, I'm going to get very real on a couple of levels right now because, you never know. I'm always very encouraged to find that many of you go through the same things that I do at the exact same times that I do. So, yeah, it's just, okay, we'll just get it out there. I broke my no buy this month, and I don't want you to feel like I've just completely fallen off the bandwagon or I've lost my mind or, this no buy is just an epic fail because, like I said, I'm going to get very real for the reasoning behind why I broke the no buy. And that is because my husband and I made the decision it's been a long discussion coming that my husband wanted to leave his job. It's not a good fit. He's not happy there. And then yesterday, it came to fruition. And so now it's back to the job market. And, like I said, with keeping it real, the fact that I kind of saw this coming made me freak out a little bit. And, comment below your thoughts on this. But do you ever feel like when finances are tight, that's when you really want things? And then when you have the means to purchase something, it's not as big of a deal? I know that's what this haul was about. That's really what it boils down to because when my husband was getting ready to leave the military and go into civilian life, I really had some major freak out moments because I knew we were going to have a new budget to live with and deal with, and I panicked. And I bought things that I wanted when we had the funds to do it. And April was definitely, that's what I did. Because I bought some of the things I wanted so I could get them at the Sephora, VIB price, even though it was only 15% off. And then I went to Ulta and bought two things for 20% off because I had a massive freak out. And then yesterday, when it finally came to a head and we have an answer, my husband's going to be looking for another job. It was just kind of like, you feel all these emotions wrapped into one, no matter how much you feel like you've prepared or, not prepared. It's a whole range of things. So I'd really appreciate you saying prayers for me and my family for guidance because even though we were somewhat prepared for this, it's devastating. It's devastating when it happens. And it's just, I put up a picture on Instagram this morning about, even though life is scary and brings big changes, you don't want to live with regret. And if my husband stayed in his job, it was a lot of regret. And so it's back to what I like to call redefining normal. So on that note, here's what I picked up. All right, once again, like I said before, this is not about, me falling off the bandwagon and all that because, I talked about when my husband got out of the military, I had like the massive freak out. And I was project painting at that point because I knew I had to move. I was pregnant with my daughter. I had all these like major life things happening. But even if I had a very successful project pan, but I still, even though I had a very successful project pan, I purchased makeup. So I know I'm capable of doing it, so don't feel like this is a complete lost cause, that this no buy is just an epic failure, because it's not. It's not. I just, I panic purchased. I panic purchased. And I'm sure maybe you've had a moment like that too, or if you haven't noticed before, go on and comment below. Let's talk about this, because it's real. It is real. You know you're a makeup hoarder when. I mean, it just... First world problems, isn't it? So, all right, as we get into the haul, two of the palettes that I got in April, I actually did not purchase. I received them. Oh my word. I actually received them for babysitting my friend's children. You know you're a makeup hoarder when. Get makeup for payment. No, my friend was very sweet to me when I babysat her children, and so she got me the two L'Oreal La Palette nude palettes, the completely nude shade and then the purple shade, because she was like, I know you're on this no buy, I thought it'd be really fun, and I kept her kids all day, and so she was like, this is in exchange for watching my kids. Now, as far as a review, I do find myself reaching for these colors now that I have, you know, finished some things in Lorac Pro. I'm going to continue panning the Lorac Pro, so don't worry. Pan that palette is not going anywhere. I just had a bad month. That's all it is. I had a bad month. A freak out, panic, bad month. But as far as you picking these up for yourself, forgive my nails, I have yet to do them. But as far as picking these up for yourself, they're waitlist for me. The quality of L'Oreal is right on par. I would expect nothing less because they are such a makeup bigwig in the industry. They own a lot of companies that we know and love, that we purchase at high end. So, you know, I don't expect anything less. But as far as the actual colors of these palettes, if you're an avid makeup collector, you probably already have the majority of these shades within your stash. So I'm thinking of doing a... shop that stash with these two palettes. I don't have all of the matte shades that would be in the La Palette Nude 2 palette, because some of these purple shades would be a little bit hard for me to find in my current collection because I've been panning for 3 years. But I'm going to do my best to go on and find some dupes for you if you're looking to save the $15 per palette. Now, on to the things that I did pick up. During the Sephora VIB sale, I went on and picked up two palettes. I picked up the Laura Mercier Artist palette, and that is because I wanted that so badly in 2013, and I really was very, very disappointed that I missed out on that. So I did pick it up. I'm not going to show it at this point because I know a lot of you were not able to get your hands on it, but I will have a shop that stash also on that palette at some point when I have some time to really go through my makeup, and also to, you know, I'll be panning it as I need shades in various pan that palette projects. But the other palette I did pick up with very, very specific intentions was the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I know you've heard ad nauseum about this if you've been watching a bunch of haul videos. You know, I have come to the conclusion, the only way you can really do a no-buy, Maggie, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the only way you can really do a no-buy successfully for 12 months straight is to stop watching YouTube. That's what's doing it to me. That is what is doing it, because I'm fine with the emails because I just delete them without reading them. I'm fine when sale stuff comes around because I just, like I said, I delete those, but it's watching haul videos because I want to be supportive and watch people's channels, and you know, it's not about finding new innovative products for me, because generally I realize I can probably find something in my collection, but dadgummit, it's watching hauls. So that's how I got suckered into this one. But like I said, I bought this with multi-purposing intentions, and it is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. And I bought this because I specifically went in, I'm going to butcher some of these names, I apologize, but I specifically thought of Lazarus as a great contour because I've always kind of wanted to try NYX Taupe as a subtle contour in my cheekbone area, around my nose, my temples, and under my chin. And I thought if it's too light, I might try mixing it with this shade right here called Salius. I also thought that these two together might be brilliant to fill in my eyebrows because I don't buy brow products anymore. I try to find eyeshadow in my collection that I can multitask so that I get through it. I also thought of other things, like I really, really love matte white highlights. I discovered that as I panned the Too Faced Naturalized palette, and then as I finished white out of the Lorac Pro. And so I immediately looked at this shade called Lucius, and then this other shade called Liberatus, and I thought those would be phenomenal as a matte white highlight without having to invest in a completely matte white compact for my highlight. And then other things, I mean, of course I knew I would use this black right here, Shacks to set liners. This shade over here, Samuel, would be a fantastic transition shade. And then looking at some of these browns, I mean, I know that I'll use these. And so I don't feel like this palette was a complete flop for me to purchase, even though it was in a moment of panic for me. Because like I said, with my husband, you know, now having to look for a job again, it's kind of like buy it while I can, get the discount, because I don't know. I mean, now my no buy is going to be at a whole nother level because I really won't be able to go and purchase makeup. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just not watch any haul videos. I mean, comment below. How do you feel about that? Like, as we do this I'm on a no buy, do you feel like the haul videos just completely trigger you? Because I don't want to stop watching your channels, but I just can't handle these hauls. Seriously. All right. Just moving on. So then I went to Ulta because I really wanted to redeem the 20%, and I knew that I had enough bonus points accumulated from buying my Diva Curl shampoo system. Like, I buy all of my hair care stuff at Ulta specifically so I can rack up my points. And if I can, any of my necessities, when I run out of them, I try to go through Ulta because I can convert those points to cash back. Sephora, not really into the point perk samples. I'm kind of over that, even though I've shopped there for 10 years, but that's for a whole nother video. So when I went into Ulta, I specifically panic purchased the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette, and I succumbed to this one because Too Faced is by far my favorite brand as far as a matte shadow. I really fell in love with them as I panned my Too Faced Romanticized palette and then my Too Faced Naturalized palette. The formula of other shadows is not as great, in my opinion, on my eyes as Too Faced. These are completely blendable, they're very user-friendly, and I know that I would use every single color in this palette. So I did decide to bite the bullet while I had the discount, because other than that, I would have asked for it for my birthday coming up in July. So, you know, either way, I would have gotten it within the next 2 months, getting it now or waiting. I would have broken my no-buy for it. And then, you know, when I got up to the counter and the sales lady said, well, you have enough points that you could go on and redeem them today and get, like, you know, it was 30 bucks. I think I paid $6 for this palette. I did go on and pick up the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette, but I really am thinking I'm not going to keep this. I went on and picked it up because I got it for $6, but I picked it up with the intentions of doing a Shop That Stash video on this. I do really like the shade over here called Strawberry Ice. I don't have anything immediately that I'm thinking of that dupes that. That's why I haven't made a video on it. But if you would like to see alternatives to shadows, in this palette, go on and check out my Instagram. I'll link it here. I go by Beauty Mama on there because I did find Maybelline color tattoos that correspond with this blue raspberry. I already had Candied Violet in the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This shade right here, Blackberry, I found an Ulta shadow that I actually like a little bit better called Havana Nights if you want something single. And then like these two, these are easily, like I pulled out Free Love from Urban Decay for the macaron shade. You could mix in some other things to make it a little bit more intense, but I wasn't ready to make a full video on it because I didn't find direct dupes for every single shadow in this palette. But like I said, I'm thinking about taking this back because I lusted after the Summer Eyes palette for so long. And when I finally got it, I just didn't wear it. And it got to the point when I participated in the traveling makeup box swap, I put it in there because I don't reach for it. And again, we've got shades in there like Peach Fuzz. If you have the Summer Eyes palette, you've got another pan of that. And then this Rock Candy shade up here. I mean, it's been in other palettes too because I looked through my Too Faced Bonbons palette. There's a shade in there that's very similar, as well as like, you know, other palettes in your collection. So that's where I am with that. You know, it's just, it's one of those things. It is what it is. I'm not gonna stop my panning journey completely because I know I can keep pushing through. It's a tough time. It is a tough time. So, you know, I really appreciate your support, your prayers, and again, I cannot thank you enough for being so supportive of me on my channel, and when I've gone through some tough things, because you've already started watching me kind of go through some tough things. I mean, it's like 2015 is already proven to be a challenging year, and you know, it had been a couple of years since I'd had a really challenging year, so I need some prayers right now for guidance and what I'm supposed to learn through this experience. Obviously pushed me in the right direction for a no-buy, hasn't it? So yeah, that's about it for now. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Bye.